Good morning, squad. How's it going? We're on day 112. So we're going pretty good still. We're here for Danganronpa 2, Chapter 2's trial. I see Karastonia, Fickle Muse, Kavina, M Drift, Sniper Pumpkin, the one I'm missing. Well, if I am, they haven't spoken yet, and that's okay too. So, I was thinking about this. I don't remember what I said my answer was at the end of the last stream for who I think done it, but I'm pretty sure right now it's Sonia. And I'm basing that a lot on the wetsuit. But I think it's her. Did I say Princess Lady last time? I thought I did. I wasn't absolutely sure. So, right. So, we got here, and we are... Hey, nice mate. Thanks for the cheer. Let's find out who done it. I put up a good gif for my Twitter, I think, for that. Let me go. Help me. It's gonna be something crazy with me. I'll be ruined.
Why you?
I'm stubborn.
Stop it!
Oh, stop harassing little girls. This is what's going on?
Jeez.
Yoko is trying to run away, so Monokuma brought her here by force. Yeah, this is to make her look guilty, but she's running away because she thinks she'll be next. Yoko's still trying to run away, so Monokuma is trying to wrap her in a full Wilson. Alright. Hey, don't stay put, I'm gonna make you a part of this island's food chain.
Unbelievable.
Making me waste my time. There's another problem to deal with besides this one. Oh, yeah. Punk boy. Boy? Yakuza boy? She totally ditched my appointment. Pisses me off. What? I'm right here. It's weird. You can't, I was worried about you. Nowhere for me to run anyway, so no matter the ending, I have to accept it, right? But still,
Bastard!
I'm a Yakuza. Accepting defeat is not an option. What does that mean? Well, it's all good. If the trial heats up, it's all good.
Anyway,
It's like everyone's here, so let's
see
go.
ya later.
Go first and be one step ahead of you guys.
This is bad.
Hey, Dark Morphord. I'm not mentally prepared yet.
Like,
Do you even have to prepare?
Show some spirit.
You don't have enough power. Harness your latent energy.
This too must
So
be
it
the will
begins.
of causality.
The beginning of the end. Now then, let's keep our spirits high so we can one day find that shining hope. That's right, moving forward is the only option. Right. Alright, let's just go. Hey, Dark Morphord. Yeah, we're on trial 2.
you're so evil.
God, why can't I remember her name? Maharu. Maharu is dead. No matter how many times I see it, it's bad taste, the worst, the lowest, most brutal taste. Somehow I moved my muscles, stiff from fear, and nerves, and awkwardly walked onto the escalator. For some reason, my breathing was short, and I was eventually struck by a feeling similar to dizziness. The moment all of us were inside Monokuma Rock, that happened. I keep expecting the rock to go up into the air, not the other way. Rumbling sound filled the room, and the surrounding space began to fall. As it shook with a clatter, the elevator we were inside continued to drop. Hey, Splatty. Throughout that drop, I was fluctuating between feeling hope and despair, as if my heart was rotten fruit, swelling in the sun before it finally goes squish. I suddenly stopped breathing. My consciousness began to fade from the pressure. I tried to endure that pressure by firmly standing on my legs, and after a while, the elevator's vibrations gradually weakened. And then it stopped altogether. Aim, defeat the boring routine.
So,
I've decided to start redecorating. How's it look? Mr. Monokuma's redirection is awesome, isn't it?
impossible!
It's not like I'd allow you to think otherwise anyway. Huh.
That is...
Go to the trouble of doing something this elaborate? Really? What is your true intention?
No!
Nothing really. Essentially, this killing game is just to kill time anyway. Kill time? To break away from my purpose. That alone is my purpose.
Like...
A purpose is only gonna be a weakness. Those who have purpose are always the weakest ones in the bunch. That's why you guys should forget about such purposes like trying to survive. Enjoy the class trial from the bottom of your hearts. It's starting. The class trial is starting. Maharu Koizumi, the ultimate photographer. She had an unyielding force of personality, but she was actually very good at taking care of people. More importantly, she was always straightforward. The person that killed her is among us. Unless they're in red, they're dead. I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it. But regardless, we need to find the answer. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not. Because it's the only way. Aside from finding out who the killer is, there's no other way for us to survive. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Yes, I do want to save my progress. Greatly increases focus gauge effective during the class trail. Cannot be combined with extraordinary focus. Oh, okay. Let's just take all of them, because I think I can fit everything that I do have as a... yeah, I can.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Oh, no matter how many times I hear it, it's such a cruel rule.
I don't think Sparkling Justice is on the island. I think somebody, Sonia, admires Sparkling Justice so much that they're copying.
Now then, let's first discuss the motive. That masterpiece of gaming, Twilight Syndrome murder case.
What? Who cares about that game?
The outcome of this trial should be determined by whether or not we find Mahiru's killer.
Nevertheless, we shouldn't ignore it. After all, that game is the motive this time.
Yeah, you're right. Then let's try discussing that first.
I'm sure everyone who's beaten the game already knows that it's based on an actual murder case.
Some of us have not beaten that game.
So spoilers.
Give us a detailed explanation.
Give us all the spoilers.
It means Twilight Syndrome Murder Case is a non-fiction game. Additionally, some of us are characters in that game too.
Some of us are characters in a video game?
So, I think it's better if we clarify who the characters in the game are first.
Characters in the game were Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, Girl D, Girl... I want to say Girl E and Boy F. And the high school girl who got killed at the beginning. By using the staff roll after clearing the game as a reference, I should be able to figure out who's who. The first character the player was able to control was Girl A. Shoot, I've forgotten who all these people are. I think it's... McCann?
I see!
Girl A is probably Nikon Tsunuki. That timid tone. That definitely sounds like Girl A. Based on the list of names in the staff roll, I can't think of anyone else who would be Girl A.
Why am I in a video game? That's an infringement of my right to privacy. Ha! A nasty, trashy pig shit like you doesn't have any privacy rights. Ah, a nasty, trashy pig shit. I feel like I heard that in the game too. Huh?
I think that was Girl... it was Girl B or Girl D.
I see! Girl B was short and foul-mouthed.
Okay.
She's probably Hiyoko.
Short and foul-mouthed? That's like the complete opposite of me.
Anyway, let's move on. Next is Girl C.
Personality was hyper, energetic, and unique. Oh, well then that's easy.
I see! Girl C is Ibuki.
Girl C? Then I'll see you next Tuesday.
Let's move on to Girl D.
There's only one person who had a camera with them.
I see! Girl D is Mahi, the victim in this case.
Fuyu was an option for Girl C.
Yeah, that's correct. Let's skip Girl E and talk about Guy F.
I see! Aren't you Guy F, Fuyuhiko?
I was in a game? That's fucking stupid. That reminds me. Wasn't there another person whose last name was also Kuzuryu?
Another person?
It was one of the names on the staff roll. The names were Sumiki, Koizumi, Sayonji, Miyoda, Sato, Kuzuryu, and then another Kuzuryu.
Hold on. Why do you keep saying there were two Kuzuryus?
Cause there were.
It's not like I'm wrong. That's how it's written on the staff roll. Since you beat the game, you probably know what this actually means, right?
Reason Fukihiko's last name, Kuzuryu, appears twice. It's true, I have a hunch, but to call me out like that, Nagito, you're definitely someone I shouldn't mess with. The reason is probably because he had a little
I
sister.
can prove it with this! In the game, Guy F, Kuzuryu, mentions that he has a little sister.
What do you mean, little sister?
This is what Guy F said in the game.
What did she do to my sister?
It's pretty clear. There's no doubt that Guy F had a little sister. Plus, the sister actually appeared in the game. That's why the name Kuzuryu appeared twice.
By the way, what role did Guy F's little sister, the other Kuzuryu, play? You probably noticed, right?
Don't really want to say it myself, but I need to move the conversation forward. The only character in the game I could see being little sister is the girl who died.
I see! the dead high school girl who was the first victim in the game is the only person I can think of.
Based on Guy F's tone in the game, it's clear that Girl E is not his little sister. So if the only person left is the dead high school girl, then she must be Fuyuhiko's sister.
Why do you sound so fucking happy? That's a winning personality you've got there.
Winning personality? Are you praising me?
Nagito.
I was being sarcastic, dumbass.
Hey, you said the game is a work of non-fiction. That means Fuyuhiko's little sister is...
Yeah, I have a little sister. Something wrong with that? It's just a fucking game. Don't go mixing up some video game with reality.
It's not just a game. It's definitely based on true events.
He did kill Estonia. The thing is, though, everybody doesn't remember things. So if those were part of the memories that were taken away from him, he might feel like, oh yeah, it will be fine, she'll take over. And he did admit he had a sister. But if these are part of the memories that nobody remembers, and he saw that, he might come to the realization that his sister might be dead. So...
That's why it's the movie. Don't go making shit up, bastard!
I mean, I don't believe he did the killing.
If she was the type to die easily, I'd have fucking killed her myself a long time ago. I mean, when I first entered Hope Speak Academy, she was mouthing off to me as usual and set me off. It happened just the other day.
About that, you're probably thinking like that because you've lost your memories.
Shut the fuck up! You be quiet!
I see. So you're never gonna accept that that game is based on true events, huh?
Why would he? He doesn't want his sister dead.
Okay, I understand your attitude toward this class trial now.
Which, if he doesn't want to believe that, then he's not the one who did it. Hey, Swiss cheese.
Nagito, you seem to be doubting Fuyuhiko a lot. Do you suspect he's the killer?
A mystery that easy would make me feel sad. It wouldn't be good enough to serve as everyone's stepping stone. That's why I'd be much happier if Fuyuhiko wasn't the killer.
Okay, you're starting to act weird again.
Anyway, now we've established who all the characters in the game are.
Girl A is Mikan. Girl B is Hiyoko. Girl C is Ibuki. Girl D is Mahiru. Guy F is Fuyuhiko. And the first victim in the game, that dead high school girl, is Fuyuhiko's little sister.
And Girl E, I guess, doesn't matter.
That's just a story in a fucking game.
If so, then Girl E is Miss Sato.
Could it be? The same Miss Sato who likes white rice?
I don't know what Sato you're talking about, but I don't think she's relevant to this case.
Maybe it's related to Gundam's last name, since they're both really plain names.
What the heck is that wild connection?
Tanaka may be an ordinary family name, but it's far better than Sato or Suzuki.
Now, Girl E ends up dead, so I don't think she's actually here. It also has a strange rivalry going
Hey,
on.
no one cares about that. Hurry up and talk about the mystery of the game.
Oh man, game devs. Always so wanting to hear praise. Or at least Monokuma.
What do you mean, mystery of the game?
My, you don't know. I heard that Girl E got killed.
What? No way! Is that true?
Getting killed is so violent, don't you know?
My, such awful times we live in. Why did this happen?
You guys are definitely friends.
So the mystery of the game is the murder of Girl E, correct?
Then let's hurry up and solve it. Let's first figure out why Girl E was killed.
I mean... She didn't witness the murder, she didn't interfere with it. I don't think she was the actual killer. Oh, well, maybe she was.
I see! The reason Girl E was killed is because she killed the first victim in the game.
Getting confused with all these girls. Alphabetical girls.
Which means Girl E was killed as revenge for the dead high school girl. What do you think, Fuyuhiko? Apparently Girl E was killed to avenge your little sister.
You're fucking persistent. I don't care what that game said at all.
But...
Is that true? Girl E, she killed the first victim?
In order to make that clear, we need to know more about the case involving the first victim's murder.
I wonder if he actually played the game, or if somebody played the game before him and then gave him those photos.
It's the murder that occurred in the music room. I knew it would come up, so I prepared in advance. Look, I made a map of the music room's surroundings, which was the stage of the first case.
I'm surprised you went to all this trouble.
Nah, video game nerds always go to this kind of trouble.
Mapping is second nature to retro game fans. Classic dungeon crawler RPGs have a first-person point of view, so mapping as you play is a basic.
We get it! Let's talk about that later so we can focus on the case.
Then, I'll start explaining. Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, and Girl D were at the entrance hall when they heard the sound of glass breaking. Immediately, they climbed the stairs to the second floor and headed to where they heard that sound. Girl E was in front of the music room on the second floor, and she confirmed that the sound came from in there. But the door to the music room was locked. So Girl D went to get the key from the office, and when the 5 of them were finally able to go inside, they found the victim's body, dead from a blow to the head. Because the music room's window was broken, the girls thought the killer escaped through there. The sound of breaking glass that they heard at the entrance hall seemed to confirm that. Plus, Girl E's school swimsuit was stolen, so they concluded that the escaped killer was some pervert. How does that sound?
That is what happened in the game.
An understandable explanation. Just as expected from the ultimate gamer who excels at clearing games.
But it wasn't a pervert, right? Wasn't the real killer Girl E?
Obviously. Girl E was waiting outside the music room for the other girls after she killed the first victim.
No, she just happened to be there when they showed up and used that as an excuse.
Did she lock the music room from the outside? Then she would have totally needed the key from the office.
Which means Girl E was hiding that key. We can assume she used it to lock the music room after she left it.
But Girl D was the one who went to the office to get the key to the music room, right?
Oh wow, I just noticed Teruteru's X'd out is a knife and fork. Wow, okay. That's different. Hey, thanks too much. Hey, Conspiracy.
By the way, since it was never mentioned in the game, we can exclude the possibility of there being a spare key.
You can lock the music room from the inside, right? So from there, Girl E broke the window and escaped, and sprinted to the front of the music room as fast as she could before the others arrived.
On the second floor.
She would have passed by the entrance hall where the other girls were waiting if she tried to do that.
Then, forget this!
It's not cute to see an old guy sulk.
Hey, is Girl E really the killer? We haven't reached an answer yet.
Based on the details of the game, it's no mistake that Girl E, who was waiting in the hallway, is the killer. Then, what did Girl E do after killing the girl inside the music room? Guess they need to clear that up first. Yeah, this I'm not so certain about. Like, I know she did something.
After she killed the first victim in the music room.
So...
What did Girl E do?
She just broke the window in the music room and escaped outside.
So how did Girlie get from outside the school to the front of the music room? To go back to the music room from outside, you need to go through the entrance hall. Plus, at the entrance hall, the other 4 girls should have been there.
At the entrance hall, the girls heard the sound of the window shattering.
The other 4.
How was she able to get past those 4 and wait in front of the music room?
She probably used a hidden passageway. Twilight's hidden passageway is the world's best!
Oh god. Girl E did after the murder in the music room. Hidden passageway is not right.
After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window and escaped outside.
So how did Girlie get from outside to the front of the music room? To go back to the music room, you need to go through the entrance hall. Plus, at the entrance hall, the other 4 girls should have been there.
Nope, okay.
Crap! After she killed the...
Was it not the entrance hall photo? No, right, someone took a picture. I'm thinking about that dumb.
First victim in the music room. What did Girl E do?
She just broke the window in the music room and escaped outside.
So how did Girlie get from outside the school to the front of the music room? To go back to the music room from outside, you need to go through the entrance hall.
Crap!
Is it the broken walls?
After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window and escaped outside.
So how did Girlie get to the front of the music room? To go back to the music, you need to go through the... Plus, at the entrance hall, the other 4 girls should have been there.
At the entrance hall, the girls heard the sound of the window shattering.
Right, no, they heard...
that's wrong.
They heard the other thing. Okay, figured it out.
First of all, the sound the girls heard wasn't the window breaking.
If it wasn't the window, then what broke to make that sound?
A vase.
Vase? How low can you go?
After the murder, a broken vase was discovered in the classroom next to the music room.
So the sound of breaking glass that the 4 girls heard wasn't the music room's window. It was the sound of the vase breaking. Probably.
Actually, the murder was nearly finished by the time the 4 girls met in the entrance hall. Girl E killed the victim in the music room, broke the window, and went to the office to get the key. With that key, she locked the music room from the hallway, returned the key to the office, and went back to wait in front of the music room. All she had to do was break the vase in the next door classroom as the 4 girls met by the entrance hall.
To make them think the murder had just occurred and that the killer had just escaped.
So, when the 4 of them ran over after they heard the sound, Girl E acted like she had just rushed over too. I see! Now the mystery has been solved!
Wait a minute! The mystery hasn't been solved yet! You haven't determined what the murder weapon was yet!
Okay. Murder weapon?
Who cares about the murder weapon? We found out who the killer was.
Not cool! I went to all the trouble of making this death march, so you gotta stick with it to the end!
What the heck? You're so annoying!
Fine, let's figure out the weapon. If this keeps up, I'm gonna feel like I need to shit. Which means I'll feel disgusting.
You're the disgusting one.
The weapon is pretty unconventional. The answer was revealed in the game, though.
What is it now?
Now then, will you guys be able to figure it out?
An unconventional weapon that also appeared in the game. If we're told we can't advance as long as we don't make that clear, then I'll have to do it. I guess it could be that fish tank, but that didn't seem right. What do you think the weapon is? I have no idea. Was I out of line just now? Now then, there's something I need to tell you regarding the white noise and non-stop debates. You did it. Some lines of white noise are actually very durable and won't always destroy them in one shot. Durable white noise will chip away every time you shoot them with a silencer. Unless you completely destroy them, your time limit will not replenish. By the way, if your difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear. It appears the debate is getting tougher. So, I've obtained some very useful information. I heard there's a guy named Gun something. Apparently he has a skill that increased the power of the silencer. Okay. Good luck, have fun. Alright.
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Think you talked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
It's pretty funny.
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had blood stains.
Was there a weapon with bloodstains on it?
She beat her to death with her fists!
Conventional weapon appeared in the game. I think it might be
Weapon
the
inside the
swimsuit.
music room, huh? What about broken glass?
No.
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Was it?
Think you talked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had blood stains.
Looks like you've never beaten someone before.
Damn it!
Where is she? Okay, yeah, she was hit in the head. I guess if we were agreeing, though. It would be with the broken fish tank.
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Which one?
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
It's on that big a scale, too?
Actually, I don't think we
How
have
about
to
beating
agree.
her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was
Was used to beat them. It should have had blood stains.
Darn it. I was kind of thinking the water from the fish tank would take out the blood stains.
Damn it!
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Is it?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be open. Then the piano. Why are you
Going
going
even
big? The investigation conduct. It's on that
big a scale?
How about beating her with gravel?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had blood stains.
Yeah, that was from...
Damn it!
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Okay.
Damn it!
A weapon inside the music room, huh?
What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a
Weapon. Then the piano. Why are you
going even
big? The investigation conducts you. It's on that
big a scale.
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat, it should have had blood stain.
Was there a weapon with bloodstains on it?
She beat her to death with her fists!
Okay.
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Okay. No.
Damn it!
A weapon inside the music. What about broken glass?
Glass.
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano. Why are you
Going even
big? The investigation conducts. It's on that big a scale.
How about beating her with gravel instead?
No, I
If it's a
don't
weapon
think
that was
she did
used,
that.
it should have had blood.
Was there a weapon with blood?
Fish
She beat her
tank.
to death with her fists!
A weapon inside
The music room. What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
Damn it!
A weapon inside the music. What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a... Then she attacked her with the...
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even? The investigation conducts you.
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
Beat her to death with gravel. Wait, isn't gravel too small?
Damn it!
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Think you attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat...
Yep.
This is my... We will never give up!
Yeah, I'll take a hint. I'm not sure what the game wants. This is a stolen swimsuit. Huh.
A weapon inside the music room, huh?
I mean, they said...
What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Think you attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had blood stains.
Was there a weapon with bloodstains on it?
She beat her to death with her fists!
Really?
A weapon inside the music. What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a think you attacked her with the fish tank?
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts...
It's on that big a scale?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
I agree with that.
Yeah, okay.
I got it.
Of course.
The killer must have used gravel to attack the victim.
Like a sock.
My goodness. I got it right. And I was just throwing things out there. Just as I thought! I'm chosen by the gods!
You're not chosen at all. And gravel is impossible. It's too small to be a weapon.
It was on the route of the swimsuit because I was like, oh, right. Unconventional weapon. The swimsuit was mentioned, but it was never seen because it was stolen. But then they were like, no, you gotta have a blow to the head, and I was like, oh right, okay, yeah, so, because I was like, oh, she choked her with the swimsuit.
What if the gravel was put inside some sort of bag?
Got there eventually.
Bag? What kind of bag?
One with too many holes in it.
If the weapon is something that appeared in the game, then so is the bag. And the only thing I can think of is the school swimsuit. If you tie the swimsuit like a bag and stuff it full of gravel, it'd make an effective weapon.
Gravel inside the swimsuit? Even the ace attorney would be astonished by such a fantastic idea!
Oh, game.
Before the killer, it's an idea that kills two birds with one stone. To make people think the killer is some pervert, it makes sense for a school swimsuit to be stolen. And if that swimsuit was used to make an improvised weapon, it'd have to be disposed of later.
How about it, Monokuma? Are you satisfied now?
This happiness you feel when the mystery you create is solved. Only producers know this feeling of ecstasy.
But the real important talk begins now. Girl E had someone who can be called an accomplice. That person was actually Girl D.
Girl D. You're talking about Mahiru, right?
Huh? Mahiru is the accomplice? What is this? What does that mean?
The piece of face that became an important clue in the music room murder. Girl D got rid of it.
And apparently the reason Girl E committed murder in the first place was to protect Girl D. Girl D was being harassed by the victim. Girl E found out and tried to stop it. And they ended up getting into an argument.
And she felt a rush of anger and ended up killing her.
By constructing a weapon that... Yeah, I don't know. That seems...
But she should have had a clear murderous intent. I mean, she choked her out and then bludgeoned her to death.
She probably made her unconscious by accident. And from there, she couldn't go back. I somewhat understand that feeling.
You can? That's pretty scary.
But Girl E was also killed by someone on the 4th day. Or the game's last day. I might as well ask just in case. Who do you think killed Girl E?
I mean, the game makes it sound like it's Guy
I
F.
see! It should have been Guy F.
A scenario where Guy F murders Girl E out of a burning, hellfire desire to avenge his murdered sister. But Guy F is...
What? It's just a story in a video game, isn't it?
That's all you can say. If that game is telling the truth, it'd be a huge problem for you.
Hey, clear this up for me. Those of you who appeared as characters in the game, do you remember this incident?
That is... I'm terribly sorry, but...
They don't remember. That's obvious. Because their school memories were like totally stolen.
Even if I don't remember, I already know. It's obvious that guy is the killer. No one would kill a nice person like Mahiru besides a piece of shit menace to society like Fuyuhiko. Girl E and Mahiru were killed by that guy.
Sure do talk a lot of shit. Well, I'm used to it by now.
But does Mahiru's murder have anything to do with that game? Perhaps the two are unrelated.
No, the game and Mahiru's death are probably related. I mean, they're absolutely related. In actuality, there's an important shared point with Girl E and Mahiru's murder. The baseball bat?
I can prove it with this. I'm not sure the two events are unrelated. At the very least, the killer has definitely played the game. As proof, Mahiru, who was killed in the beach house, and Girl E, who was killed in the game, were both killed by a blow to the head with a metal bat. There's no way we can ignore that connection.
Someone must have wanted to split her head open the exact same way they avenged the first victim.
Second victim. Oh, no, wait. No, avenge the first victim. Yeah, okay.
Hey, why don't you confess already? You're the one who killed Mahiru, right?
You better cut that out right now! There is no way a stupid game could be the motive!
You're dumb enough to believe that stupid game, and that's why you killed her as revenge!
If you keep making up your mind like that, we're just going to go around in circles. And it's true Fuyuhiko may look suspicious, but don't you think that'd be too obvious?
What are you...
I mean, there's a possibility that it's a trap set by the true killer.
Trap? What do you mean?
The true killer played that game, and most likely found out about the relationships between the characters. That person could be using that knowledge to try to set up Fuyuhiko.
Are you saying that a completely different killer murdered Mahiru and used the game motive as their cover?
Isn't that what happened, Hiyoko?
Huh?
Don't you understand? I'm saying you might be the true killer.
What is this? Like, I can only laugh. What are you even saying, you nasty toilet
Yeah, okay, so this will probably be footprints on the beach.
What are you saying, you four-eyed troll? Accusing me of killing Mahiru? You're so mean!
Why do you doubt Hiyoko? Do you know where Hiyoko was today? She was at the beach house, the scene of the crime.
But I didn't go to the beach house! I was pushing Mr. Ants all day! What are you saying, you blind? Accusing me of killing. Why do you doubt Hiyoko? Do you know where Hiyoko was? She was at the beach house. But I didn't go to the beach house! I was wishing Mr. Ants all day! What are you saying, you accusing me of killing? Why do you doubt Hiyoko? Do you know where Hiyoko was? She was at the beach house.
The scene of...
But I didn't go to the beach house!
No, that's
You were
wrong.
at the beach house, but I don't think it was you. You're being set up. I think
Wait a
it's
minute.
still Sonya.
You should have been at the beach house, Hiyoko.
Seriously, I told you I didn't!
But these footprints in the sand in front of the beach house, aren't they yours?
I don't have such ugly footprints! They're probably Mikan's based on how ugly they are! Don't decide that based on ugliness?
They're not Hiyoko's footprints? That's strange. The footprint I collected from your room matches these footprints perfectly.
Collected? I never gave you permission to collect that, you nasty pedo!
Plus, the footprints left in the sand were facing away from the beach house. Which means, when the owner of these footprints went inside the beach house, they used a different
Different entrance. Are you talking about the door facing the road that Mahiru's body was in?
When she came in, the body wasn't there. That's why the body got moved. Huh, okay.
Are you saying when that person went inside the beach house, the body hadn't appeared yet?
The door was still accessible when they went in, and wasn't when they left.
That's true.
Which means something happened in between those two events. Isn't that right, Hiyoko?
Ah! I remember now! I remember when I went to the beach house!
So you finally decided to confess.
She didn't say that.
I'm pretty sure you guys already know this, but going for walks in the morning is my daily routine.
I've never heard of that daily routine before.
Really?
And that's when I went to the beach house. I went there on my morning walk.
I see. If you went there during your morning walk, that doesn't have anything to do with the case at all.
Don't believe her so easily, dumbass. She's obviously lying.
Huh?
It's a lie?
Oh, it's absolutely a lie.
People who call other people liars are usually liars themselves. If you say I'm lying, prove it. Can you even prove that I'm lying? There's no way a bunch of worthless idiots like you guys would be able to do that. I did go to the beach house, but only during my morning walk. I didn't go any other time.
Then you didn't meet up with Mahiru at the beach house?
Obviously not. Saying I met up with her when I never even saw her?
Ah, okay.
Damn it!
Okay, that might be a little too
I
soon.
did go to the beach house, but only during my morning. I didn't go any.
Then you didn't meet up at the beach house?
Obviously not. Saying I met up with her when I never even saw her? Is this a panel of idiots? did go to the beach house. But only during my morning walk. I didn't go any other time.
Then you didn't meet up at the beach house?
Idiots. I did go to the beach house, but only during my morning walk.
No, that's wrong. Only during your morning walk, huh? Will you still claim that after you take a look at this letter?
I was gonna tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. About what we discussed earlier, is it okay if we change the place and time? I want you to come to the beach house on the second island at 2:30 p.m. You didn't write this letter. You were supposed to meet at 3. It seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. Let's keep it a secret until then. Let's try not to see each other for a while. It would be bad if they started suspecting us for no reason.
That letter! It's the one Mahiro had, right?
I see. So Hiyoko was able to arrange a meeting with Mahiru by exchanging letters with her.
What is that letter? I'm serious, I don't know.
Oh, snap! I remember now. I totally saw you.
Huh?
Me and Hajime met up at the diner around 3 p.m. to go to the beach. I saw you about 30 minutes later, so it should have been around 3:30 p.m.
See. So if she met Mahiru at 2:30 p.m., killed her, then ran away afterward.
And then somebody changed the time on her so she would go a little later when she was already dead, and that someone's name was Sonia, who also let a certain guy know when they were going to meet at the beach so that they would be around early just to meet. Sure.
I think 3:30 p.m. is a reasonable time for you to have witnessed here.
You're wrong! You're totally wrong!
Now that you mention it, you also passed by the diner, Fuyuhiko. So you should have seen Hiyoko too, right?
No, I didn't. It's just a coincidence that I passed by the diner. I wasn't even paying attention to the beach house. I went straight back to my cottage after I saw you guys. I didn't see anyone during that time.
For some reason, that sounds suspicious too.
It's the truth. Deal with it.
Just leave him alone. It'd be a waste of time to question him any further. Anyway, that letter in Kazuichi's testimony says it all. You were meeting up with Mahiru at the beach house.
Seriously, I don't know. I didn't even write that letter. I'm telling the truth. I really don't know.
Is she really crying? Or is she faking it?
She's probably faking it.
We can assume she summoned Mahiru with the intention of killing her all along. That's why she wrote a letter to let her know where to meet, so the others wouldn't find out. And then you went ahead to the beach house, hid yourself in a specific place, and waited for Mahiru. There's evidence for that too.
Yeah, very convenient. Only place I can think where Hiyoko's probably hiding is that place.
Here! The place where Hiyoko was hiding. Are you talking about the closet?
Yes, that's right. The gummy candy we found on the floor is the evidence. Hiyoko, your favorite candy is gummies, correct?
What's a gummy? I've never eaten something like that before.
I have captured the true character of this mystery. Hiyoko, who summoned Mahiru to the beach house, hid inside the closet like a familiar. When she saw her chance, she attacked her like an evil spirit and left the beach house like a swift wind.
But Hiyoko miscalculated that Mahiru's body would be blocking the door at that time. Because of that, she was only able to leave from the beachside door and ended up leaving her footprints.
Yes, because body can't be moved.
We have presented the proof! My 4 dark devas of destruction didn't even need to come out!
It's It's a trap! This is obviously someone's trap!
Well, obviously.
Who's someone? Whose trap is it?
It must be that one person. You know, the one with the mask, maybe? The one with the mask? There was a suspicious mask at the beach house, right? Whoever was wearing that could be the real killer.
You're the one who wore that mask and killed Mahiru, right?
There's no way I'd wear such a childish mask. Is your brain fried or something?
There's also no reason for her to wear the mask in order to murder a person that she's gotten out to a place alone.
That is right. It cannot be Hyoko. That mask belongs to Sparkling Justice.
Huh? Sparkling what now?
That mask says it all. Sparkling Justice is hiding on this island. Which means the legendary serial killer Sparkling Justice is the one who killed Mahiru.
Why, you? If you continue to say such foolish things, I shall tear you limb from limb.
Don't blame Miss Sonia. It's just a difference between cultures. Culture shock, you know?
Hyoko, why don't you just admit it already? You're being unreasonably stubborn.
It's all in your head. Oh, why can't you understand? I'm not the killer.
It's because you're a brat. It's true that Hyoko is suspicious, but there's something strange. Really? Something doesn't make sense. Really? Can't help but feel like we're being directed by someone. Really?
I shall render my verdict upon this mystery's conclusion. Hyoko is the sinner who killed Mahiru!
I'm telling you, it's a trap!
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house, right?
Oh, that is...
And weren't you also hiding in the closet? So that's when you dropped the gummy.
You waited for your chance to kill Mahiru. And afterward, you fled from the beach house.
At the time, the door facing the road was blocked by the body. So you were forced to flee from the beachside entrance.
And that's how you left your footprints.
Hey, Phoenix.
I shall render my verdict upon this mystery's conclusion. Hyoko is the sinner who killed Mahiru!
I'm telling you, it's a trap!
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house, right?
So it's not finding out that. So it's probably the gummy bag.
Right?
Oh, that is...
And weren't you also hiding in the closet? So that's when you dropped the gummy.
No, that's wrong. About that gummy, did Hyoko really drop it?
The only one childish enough to eat gummies is that midget over there.
Yeah, but everybody knows that.
You're a midget too, you know. You're the one who worries about never getting taller.
It's true Hyoko likes to eat gummies, but she only eats a specific brand.
The brand of gummies you eat only have strawberry, melon, grape, and orange flavors, right?
Huh? But what about the lemon flavor? The gummy at the crime scene is yellow, so it obviously looked like it was lemon flavored. Huh? That gummy is yellow? And it's not mine! The ones I eat don't have any yellow gummies!
That's right. None of the gummy bags in her cottage had any yellow ones.
Then we can't assume Hyoko is the one who dropped that yellow gummy.
See? Didn't I tell you? It's definitely a trap! Damn it! Who would set a trap like this?
Still thinking Sonia.
I'll get my revenge! I'm gonna bop you on the head with all my might!
Hold on, you little bitch! You think you're in the clear just because of a little gummy? Don't be stupid. I'm not done backing you into a corner yet. We're not done with...
What did... say? Died instantly.
Hyoko yet. There's still a huge piece of evidence left.
You're talking about the footprints near the beach house, right?
It's true, that's an important piece of evidence. And we can thank Mahiru for it!
What does that mean? Mahiru used her last ounce of strength and blocked the door to the road. Thanks to her, we
have the evidence we need. That's wrong! I left those footprints during my morning walk!
We're not done with Hyoko. There's still a huge piece. You're talking about the footprints.
It's true, that's an important. We can thank
Mahiru for it!
What does that mean? Mahiru used her last ounce of
Strength and... No, that's wrong! Mahiru didn't block the door. Her death was instant.
Instant death? According to my autopsy, yes, there's no doubt that Mahiru died instantly.
If you keep making shit up...
I'm sorry! Fuyuhiko, you cannot do that. Only a coward threatens women.
I'm pretty sure her death was instant, too. I mean, her injury was only a single blow. That's why Mahiru isn't the one who blocked the door. Someone else used her body to block it.
Someone else?
The killer, of course. They're the one who blocked the door with Mahiru's body. That's why there were bloody drag marks left on the floor.
She hid in the closet when Hyoko came through. Hyoko ran through the front door.
But why did the killer block the door?
Just ask
She was wearing the
Hyoko.
mask.
She's the
That's
killer
why Hyoko
after all.
ran.
Seriously! That's not true!
Let's assume Hyoko is the killer. Wouldn't that mean she's also the one who dragged the body? If she handled a body that bloody, I think her clothes or skin would have been stained with blood.
Huh? But when I saw her, she was clean.
See? I told you I wasn't the killer! Yay! With this, my innocence has been proven!
I won't let you look down on me.
Oh. Oh, here we go.
We haven't decided that yet.
Hey, Fuyuhiko. Why do you keep insisting?
Shut up! I'm telling you, she's the killer! If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hyoko is the only killer I could think of. If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hyoko is the only killer I could think of. If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hyoko is the only killer I could think of.
How? Am I not supposed to just... Or am I supposed to bullet that last one? Doesn't seem right.
If Mahiru didn't, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of.
Okay, now I got there.
If Hiyoko moved the body, then she should be covered in blood.
So what, dumbass? There's a shower room inside the beach house. After she moved the body, she just... The fact that Hiyoko was at the beach can be proven by... Did you get all that, you bastard?
Telling me's wrong by using that piece of evidence.
So what, dumbass? There's a shower room inside the beach house. After she moved the body, she just washed it off in the shower.
Oops. Yeah, okay, that's...
Crap!
So what, dumbass? There's a shower room inside the beach house. After she moved the body, she just washed it off in the shower. The fact that Hiyoko was at the beach house can be proven by... Did you get all that, you bastard?
Okay, so... Blood shower.
So what, dumbass? There's a shower room inside the beach house. After she moved the body, she just washed it off in the shower.
No?
Crap!
So what, dumbass? There's a shower room inside the beach house. After she moved the body, she just washed it off in the shower.
Allow me to cut through those words. Now, washing it off in the shower is impossible, because the shower in the beach house was out of order.
Right. Forgot about that. I forgot that that was on the thing.
Out of order?
I'm terribly sorry. I haven't had any time to actually repair it.
Then maybe she took her clothes off to move the body, and when she was done, she put them back on.
Are you saying I did something that perverted?
No. No, of course she didn't take her clothes off before committing the murder. She can't get dressed by herself.
Listen to me, Fuyuhiko. Hiyoko mentioned this before. Which means Hiyoko can't change by herself. It's impossible for her to put on and take off her clothes.
What?
Oh yeah, she couldn't even tie her sash on her own. That's why she couldn't take a bath and smelled bad.
I didn't smell. It only smelled a little.
Oh, wasn't changing inside the beach house prohibited in the first place?
Yes, if you broke the rules, I'm pretty sure Monokuma wouldn't have kept quiet.
Damn right! I'm such a stickler for the rules that even safari park rangers want nothing to do with me.
If she didn't change her clothes, then what did Hiyoko do with the blood that got on her?
She didn't do it.
Like I've been saying, the blood wasn't on me in the first place, because I never touched Mahiru's body.
Hey, if you think about it the other way around, does that mean whoever was covered in blood is suspicious?
Ah. So this is where we start thinking it's who came in covered in blood. Right, Akane.
Because if so, I believe Akane was soaked with blood when we all met up to go to the beach.
Didn't I tell you that was because I got beat up by Coach Nekomaru?
I can attest to that. If I hadn't gotten that rough with her, she never would have backed out.
Yeah.
Doubting me, of all people. You got some nerve. All right, I'll bend your body in half so you're stuck in a bowing position for the rest of your life.
That actually sounds pretty cool!
The hell it does!
Hey, more importantly, I'm okay now, right? It's okay that I'm not the killer?
Yeah, seems like it.
See? I already told you. there's no way I'd kill Mahiru. Cause Mahiru taught me how to wear a kimono, and she was very, very kind. There's no way I would kill a nice person like her. Why wouldn't you believe me earlier?
Because you're a bit of a mean...
You guys are stupid! Stupid, stupid!
Hyoko, please don't cry. Everything is fine now.
Shut the hell up, pig barf! I hope you get a hangnail and die!
And that's why people don't like you.
I'm sorry
More importantly, Fuyuhiko's behavior earlier was definitely strange. Getting so worked up and accusing Hyoko of being suspicious. Could it be? Does he actually have something else in mind?
Hey, Hyoko. Now that our suspicions have been addressed, can you tell us the truth?
Huh?
Even though you're not the killer, you still went to the beach house, right?
Like I said, it was a trap!
Yeah, I got that already, so... Can you give us the details about that trap?
I would like to know too. It might lead to some kind of clue.
Fine. You want me to talk, huh?
Yeah, it would be useful.
Earlier this morning, Mahiru was the one who came up to me. She asked if we could meet up later.
Huh? But didn't you say earlier?
She never talked to me at all. What a surprise, I didn't expect you to ask me such an easy question.
Damn it! So that was a lie?
Yes.
Cause I thought it'd be doubted if I admitted it. So I figured it was better not to say anything.
So, what was your answer to Mahiru's invitation?
I told her it was fine. I mean, I didn't have a reason to say no. Unlike everyone else here, Mahiru was someone I wasn't embarrassed to be seen with.
You always have to say something snide.
At the time, we were supposed to meet around 2 p.m., but around noon, there was a letter inside my mailbox.
A letter?
Yeah, this one.
I was gonna tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. Is it okay we change the place? I want you to come to the beach house on the second island. The time is still the same as 2 p.m. Seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. Keep it a secret until then. Let's not try to see each other for a while. It'd be bad if they started suspecting us for no reason. So she kept the time the same, but the meeting place got changed.
I saw this letter and went to the beach house at that time.
The letter that Hyoko had, doesn't it clearly contradict the other evidence?
I can prove it with this. This letter. Doesn't it look like its contents are different from the letter Mahiru had?
But what we discussed...
Mahiru's letter said to meet at 2:30 p.m. But in Hyoko's letter...
Whoa! The meeting times are off.
It's also strange that both letters wanted to change their meeting spot to the beach house. It would be plausible if one of them said it. But for both letters to say the same thing?
Hyoko, since you wrote it, what do you think?
Like I said, I never wrote the letter. How many times do I have to tell you?
It's safe to say a letter was forged by the killer, but which letter did the killer forge? I think both.
I see! The killer must have forged both letters.
The killer forged them so they could manipulate their actions. Yeah, that's how we should think about it.
That seems very likely. In fact, if you compare both letters... Confirmed! Just as I assumed, the handwriting is the same.
Confirmed.
The content of the letters matches too.
Like this part. I was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. This part. It seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. And this part. Let's keep it a secret. Until then, let's try not to see each other for a while. The killer forged both of those letters.
In doing so, they were able to control Hyoko and Mahiru to do their bidding, like a netherworld puppeteer.
So They completely tricked me. And then Mahiru's killer. How mean! Give me back Mahiru!
Really? This is really terrible. I've offered to help so many times. But the killer this time didn't discuss their plan with me at all. It's all my fault. I'm so ashamed of being unreliable.
Here we go again. Once we let our guard down, this happens. We can just lightly punch him to death later.
So based on what the letter said, you went to the beach house at 2 p.m., right, Hiyoko?
What's most important is what happened afterward. What on earth happened there?
I fell asleep. Why'd you fall asleep? It's not like I wanted to. I think I was forced to get a whiff of some kind of medicine or something.
Medicine?
That medicine. Could it be? Did they get it from the drugstore? I thought that place seemed unsafe. They even have prescription medicines laying out in the open.
If you were aware of that from the start, you should have done something about it.
I'm sorry. When I woke up, I was inside a small closet. And when I rushed out, I saw Mahiru's body.
And that's why you ran out of the beach house in such a panic.
I was scared. It was really, really scared. Really scared that I couldn't help, but...
The killer probably planned to frame Hiyoko from the start. And for that reason, they summoned Hiyoko before Mahiru, put her to sleep, and shoved her inside the closet.
So their reason for blocking the door with Mahiru's body was to make Hiyoko leave her footprints as evidence.
Everything was done to frame Hiyoko as the killer. That's horrible! I didn't do anything wrong, and I was framed by Mahiru's killer!
Hiyoko, please do not cry. We believe you.
Is it really okay to believe her so easily? She might be faking those tears, you know.
This'll never end if you keep being so suspicious.
Isn't that what a class trial is all about? The only way to survive is to be suspicious. This is where we go to thoroughly doubt each other.
He's not wrong.
So if you believe in each other so easily, then there's definitely something wrong with you.
You're wrong, Fuyuhiko. We aren't supposed to doubt each other here. We're supposed to work together. The class trial is where we cooperate with each other, work hard, and aim for victory. The killer and everyone else. Two hopes attempting to grasp the one true hope. Two hopes clashing with each other is poetry in motion. That is what a class trial should be.
Seriously, which side are you on?
I'm on the side of the absolute hope that can overcome any despair.
Oh, Nagato. What? Where did you... Who hurt you?
And I believe that absolute hope exists at the point where two hopes clash.
Your stance is neither white nor black, but gray. And you do not yearn for your life, or even for victory.
Jeez, I wish he'd just side with the enemy already so I can believe what he's saying.
Let's stop. Believing every little thing Nagito says is a waste of time.
Yeah, we need to figure out who Mahiru's killer is.
There should be a new clue contained in what Hiyoko has told us. So, let us believe Hyoko's words and discuss it once again with everyone.
Yep. The debate proceeds when you assume you can believe each other. Good job. That's the right way. That's the splendid power of teamwork. Hey, what do you think of that, Monokuma? I'm not gonna let you have the outcome you want.
No, Monokuma wins no matter what, in a lot of these cases.
Whoa! He's sleeping!
Dumbasses. You bastards don't know anything. If you're stupid enough to trust each other, the only thing waiting for you is the bitter truth.
Bitter truth. That may be true, but even so, we can't just stand around here all day. Our legs will get tired. Even if what lies ahead is a cruel ending, the only thing we can do is move forward. Because unless we reveal who among us is Maru's true killer, there's no way we'll survive. Ooh. Oh, right. The suspend thing. Well, now that the class trial has reached its climax, I would like to present the answer right here, right now. You're gonna spoil who the killer is? If I reveal the answer before everyone's ready, they'll all be shocked. They'll all feel despair. You can't. That's seriously a big no-no. But spoiling it right now is innovative, don't you think? The club president and I are powerless against innovation. Who's the club president? So, without further ado, the answer is... You can't. Everyone, please close your eyes and cover your ears.
Correct! You say Nanu in German when you're surprised.
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about, but somehow it feels wrong to me. Still pretty sure.
Hey, mon ami! And my heart is throbbing like crazy right now. To think that the person who killed the wonderful Mahiru Koizumi is in this room. Impossible! Impossible! That's so impossible! There's no way I can believe that. I can't do anything. How annoying. But I'm just gonna believe in everyone. That's the least I can do. Everyone do your best. Don't lose to yourselves, and don't forget to save regularly.
Well, now that we've decided to believe Hiyoko, now what?
If the killer was luring Hiyoko into a trap, then something that was used there might be a clue.
Do you mean the letter?
No, it was probably the gummy.
Huh? Candy can be a clue?
Yeah.
Hey, when you woke up, was the gummy already there?
Now that you mention it, I feel like it wasn't.
Just as I thought.
Just as you thought?
If the killer planted evidence while Hiyoko was there, she would have thrown it away if she found it.
Which means the gummy was placed inside the closet after Hiyoko fled from the beach house?
The killer returned to the scene of the crime? After I left?
No, the killer was there the entire time.
They wouldn't have to do something that troublesome as long as they hid somewhere within the beach house.
That's impossible! There's nowhere to hide! I even glanced inside the shower room as I was running away, but there was nobody there!
Then, does that mean the killer came back?
I wonder. At any rate, the solution to that problem is connected to what really happened. That's what I think.
Ninja did do it. I want to play a new game. Is that what you're thinking? If so, we've prepared the perfect product for you. You will dive into your own brain and logically discern the mysterious answer from several questions. It's called the Logic Dive. During the Logic Dive, you will control a version of yourself created from an image within your brain. Your task is to reach the goal, the final destination of the Synapse course. You can move sideways with the left stick and accelerate with the X. Press the O to brake, to jump. And various obstacles you will encounter as you progress through the course. What? So make sure you're familiar with these controls so you can reach the goal. Take damage every time you fall into a gap or bump into... Am I about to play a racing game? Also, reaching a certain point, there will be branching questions in the course. The answers split into different paths, so please proceed down the path the answer you think is correct. Branching questions will appear several times in one course, please be careful. I highly recommend that you make good use of the brake. If you press the start button during, you can review controls. Okay. She's right, this might be a very important problem. If the killer tampered with the evidence after Hiyoko ran away from the beach house, when did the killer arrive and depart from the beach house? Think. If I just focus and think about it, I'm sure I'll be able to find the answer. Alright, I'm gonna do it. What? Okay. That's break. Question 1. When did the killer arrive at the beach house? Before. Let's jump. When did the killer leave? Whoop. So weird. Where was the killer hiding? I think she must have been in the beach house still. Committed to this answer.
It's all coming together.
Okay.
Do you think the killer might have been hiding?
You spent all that time thinking just to say something so pointless. How disappointing. Didn't I just say there was nowhere to hide? Do I have to explain it in another language so you can understand?
Her personality got a hell of a lot more forceful once she stopped being a suspect.
You think?
No. There should have been a place for them to hide. A place you didn't look, Yoko.
What are you saying? Stop being annoying or I'm gonna make Akane bop you on the head and shut you up for good.
I really don't want that to happen to me. I need to answer it by any means. You're gonna climb a mountain made of ice. There's always fighting when you play with two players. Alright. I guess that's the front door. I still think he was in the shower room.
Crap!
Hiding in the trash can.
Crap!
Under the table.
Crap!
Nope. Alright. Behind the mask.
Crap!
Okay. They weren't in the bathroom. There's only enough space in the closet for one person. Although...
Here! killer was probably hiding in the closet.
The closet? That's where I was locked up!
After you woke up, you said you rushed out of there, right? And you probably didn't look inside the closet very carefully.
But could two people even hide in such a small place? And without Hyoko knowing?
That's why the killer made sure to arrange a hiding place.
The killer made sure to arrange a hiding place in advance. I can only think of one place that's right. The place where the killer was hiding inside the closet was...
Here!
What about the surfboard case in the closet? I'm pretty sure they could have hidden in there.
Huh? Inside the surfboard case?
But the shelf it was on, it was pretty messy, don't you think? 2 surfboards were stacked on the top shelf. And there were surfboards that weren't even in a case. The killer probably did that on purpose to secure a hiding place, because we haven't been on this island that long, so the closet shouldn't have been that messy, I think.
Then, the killer was close to me during that time?
Yup.
Yeah, they were quietly holding their breath and hiding very close to you.
It's kind of like in for a penny, in for a pound, so to speak.
Don't you mean it's always darkest under the lighthouse?
I shouldn't say things I don't understand, like, so to speak.
Anyway, the killer hid silently, and after making sure Hyoko left, they finally left the surfboard case.
I agree with that as well.
Seriously, nobody asked what you think.
Yeah, Nagito.
There's no way the killer would leave Hyoko by herself if they were trying to frame her. If Hyoko was left alone and ruined the evidence the killer had planted, it would have messed up their plan. Instead, it makes more sense to think that the killer was hiding in the beach house, watching Hyoko.
Say whatever you want, even if you didn't ask. All right, if you don't want to friggin' get punched, just stand still and let me punch ya! Oh, you shut up. Then, grit your teeth.
Sorry, Akane. It's not like that. Hey, Monokuma. Can I ask you about something that seems strange to me?
I believe Prince Shotoku was from the future. A man from the future is always directing the flow of history.
I'll listen to your story about men from the future some other time. As I recall, the body discovery announcement is made when 3 or more people discover a body, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is the killer also included among those 3 or more people?
Yeah, that's true, but, something like that is basically what it's supposed to be.
You don't sound very articulate.
Jeez, you're pretty annoying for noticing something like that. I know it sounds like an excuse, but the body discovery announcement isn't supposed to be used for deduction.
No, but that doesn't mean we can't.
It's intended to create a fair trial. It's supposed to let everyone know a body has been found.
So you're saying it's unfortunate that I used it for deduction? I understand your excuse, but depending on who actually found the body, it's possible that your 3 or more people rule could be deadly.
Well, as long as I keep things ambiguous, I can respond to situations with some flexibility.
Flexibility, huh? So what about this time? Is it 3 people including the killer or not?
Jeez, fine, fine! You want me to say it? It doesn't include the killer this time, okay? All done.
Okay.
Which means 3 people other than the killer discovered Mahiru's body.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I just thought it was somewhat strange. More importantly, let's get back to our original topic.
Fuyuhiko discovered the body first, Hyoko discovered it second, and Soda discovered it third.
You're the one who went on a tangent.
We were just saying the killer was hiding in the surfboard case, right?
Which is why Fuyuhiko never saw Hyoko.
And after Hyoko ran away, the killer got to enjoy the simple life of destroying evidence.
However, before we proceed any further, there's something we have to make clear. The killer blocked the roadside door with Mahiru's body before Hiyoko ran away. But what about the blood?
Now that you mention it, that mystery hasn't been solved yet.
It's going to be all right. If you guys have come this far, I'm sure you can discover that answer too. Now, let's start the argument, shall we?
Yeah, because Soda would have had to have discovered the body third, because that was when the announcement went. I shall explain to you the final feature in the non-stop debates. From this point forward, you will now be able to use the truth flashback. Oh no. If you hold down the triangle button or touch and hold the screen, then shape will change. Aim marks weak spot and keep it in that position, you'll be able to memorize it. Memorized phase can only be fired once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change to a different truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or mistake in your available truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to trust your keen wits, won't you? By the way, you will not be able to agree with anyone while you're using the truth flashback. Okay, cool. So, flashbacks are not for agreeing, flashbacks are for arguing. It's the only effective when refuting.
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
Oh, what about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body.
If they used something other than the shower...
What did they do with the bloody wetsuit?
They cut it up and whoosh.
As someone who flushes their shit every morning, I can declare it would definitely clog the toilet.
Maybe it's the other way around? Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body? Maybe they were able to wash it off.
What am I supposed to use?
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
Oh, what about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body.
If they used something other than the shower...
What did they do with the bloody wetsuit?
They cut it up and whoosh.
As someone who flushes their shit every morning, I can declare it would definitely clog the toilet.
Maybe it's the other way around? Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body? Maybe they were able to wash it off.
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
Come on.
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off
Would have been impossible.
No, that's wrong!
They just needed to wash off the blood. They didn't necessarily have to use the shower. They could have just as easily used something else.
Something other than the shower. Like what?
Like bottled water. Something other than a shower that was used to wash the blood. It's possible.
I see!
Drinks inside the refrigerator. Couldn't the killer have used those to wash off the blood?
I've seen through it.
Oh, hello.
In theory. Try to remember the refrigerator carefully, and then you will understand that there's no possible way the drinks in the refrigerator were used.
It's because they were used and they were in the trash can. Duh. What system am I playing this on? I'm playing it on a PS TV. I have a Vita copy. Trash can is
It's
what I
true
want.
there were drinks in the beach house refrigerator. However, try thinking about it. One bottle drink, it wouldn't be enough to wash off the blood.
Damn it!
Yeah,
It's
I
true
know,
there
sorry.
were drinks in the beach house refrigerator. However, try thinking of it. One bottle drink is simply not enough. It wouldn't be enough to wash off the blood.
Come on.
It's true there were in the beach house refrigerator. However, try thinking of one bottle drink. It wouldn't be enough to wash off the blood.
I can't back down! We can't assume they used just one drink. They could have used a bunch of them to wash it off.
Didn't I say it was impossible? There were no water bottles in the refrigerator. There were only flavored drinks with colored dye. If you use those to wash up the blood won't come off and your body will leave an air, especially if you used a lot.
No.
Damn it!
It's true there were drinks in the beach house refrigerator. However, try thinking of it. One bottle, it wouldn't be enough to wash off the blood.
I can't back down!
Okay,
We
triangle.
can't assume they used just one drink. They could have used a bunch of them to wash it off.
Didn't I say it was impossible? There were no water bottles in the refrigerator.
Allow me to cut through
Here we
those
go.
words. There were water bottles inside the refrigerator.
I kept pushing the. I went to push the triangle button, and I pushed the up arrow with my left hand rather than the triangle button. This is the problem I was having.
How many times do I have to tell you? There were no water bottles in there whatsoever.
That was after the incident, right? But before the incident, there were water bottles in the fridge. And the killer took all of those water bottles and used them to wash the blood off their body.
So you're saying the water bottles were gone? Because they were all used? That's a logical fallacy.
It's not a fallacy. There should have been evidence inside the trash can. Evidence like a lot of thrown away plastic water bottles. Isn't that right, Chiaki?
I feel like they're doing this as a way to be like, guess what? If she was all wet when she came in, she didn't go around, but I still think it's Sonia.
Ah, you're right. These bottles look like they may have been filled with water.
Well, now that you mention it, when I went to the beach house a few days ago, I feel like I drank one of those plastic water bottles.
Ah, you should have said so sooner. Then, the plastic water bottles were used in place of a shower.
Dousing your body with lots of water bottles is such a simple and easy to understand explanation.
Hold on a sec. Now that I think about it, if they soaked their entire body with a bunch of plastic water bottles, if they did that, that person would be...
It seems you've realized who the killer
Really?
is.
It's gonna be Peko.
See? Just as I thought.
Hold on. You know who the killer is?
Is that true?
Let me ask. Who might that be?
You're the only one! Peko. Is it you?
Hey, what are you being quiet for? They're accused.
Yeah.
You of being the killer.
Then I should ask you this. Why do you believe I'm the killer?
I remember when we were all meeting up to go to the beach, Your appearance when you came to the diner.
My motive for Sonia was the fact that she was administering justice, basically. That she is sparkling justice, or not sparkling justice so much as she admires sparkling justice to the degree that she would do things in sparkling justice's place. Why aren't you breathing too heavily? Just a little swimming.
If the killer really did wash the blood off with water bottles, they'd have to drench their entire body. But there were no towels in the beach house, and it would have taken a while for the water to fully air dry. So you said you went swimming so you'd have a cover story.
Don't just stay silent! Say something! Hold on, you bastard! You saw her at the diner! You never saw her near the beach house, right? So maybe she really was swimming!
No one even saw her swimming.
No. I saw her.
Oh?
Huh?
Is it actually gonna be Sonia after all?
After I ran into you bastards at the diner, I crossed paths with her on my way home. So there's no doubt. She would have arrived at the diner from the opposite direction of the beach house.
Hold on. That's strange. Didn't you just say this earlier?
It's just a coincidence that I passed by the diner. I didn't even pay attention to the beach house. Went straight back to the hotel after I saw you guys. I didn't see anyone during that time.
You told me you didn't see anyone. Don't try to tell me you forgot about that.
Not so fast! It's too soon to decide she's a killer! We haven't established how the killer was able to leave the beach house!
That's true, we haven't.
Now that you mention it, you're right.
The roadside door was blocked. And if it's impossible to leave from the beachside without leaving footprints, then how the fuck did the killer escape?
Why are you all fired up, Fuyuhiko? You're not the suspect. Peko is.
Who cares about that? Answer me! If you have an explanation, then show me what you got!
We might have an answer.
Huh?
Do you really? This mystery seems unsolvable.
Well, if Peko is the killer, then I might just have an answer to that mystery.
I see. Then let's hear this alleged method of escaping the beach house.
First, let's establish how the killer escaped.
Killer's escape route. I might know what it is. In fact, the only possible thing I can think of is that opening.
I see!
So it was a
If the
ninja.
roadside and beachside doors aren't an option, the only other thing I can think of is... Well, nothing really. Except that small window in the shower room.
I mean, if they prepared everything beforehand, they could have prepared an escape route through the bathroom. Told you it was a ninja.
Don't you know how high that window is? There's no way Peko could have reached it.
But what if, for instance, she got help from someone?
She might have reached it by riding someone's shoulders, but then that person would have been left behind.
Is it possible an object was used? A rope, for instance?
And what happened to the rope after they used it? And don't say something stupid like they threw it outside.
But what if that's what they did? How am I supposed to not tell you the stupid thing if the stupid thing is true?
Of course not.
Well, I mean,
that would
it's not.
violate the school trip rule.
Okay. Littering is not allowed.
Littering is prohibited. Even if it might be evidence, rules are still rules.
You see? There's no way they'd be able to escape from that window.
No, they just have to use an object.
Chiaki, don't fall asleep on us! We just said they couldn't use an object!
You did? I thought you were saying they couldn't dispose of an object.
Yeah.
I see. You don't have to throw it away if you can just hide it somewhere on your body.
Huh? Pekka was wearing a swimsuit, remember? Where would she even hide an object? And if you say she hid it in her special place, I'll stab you in yours!
Okay, that's pretty funny.
No! Please don't be violent.
Even if the killer used an object to escape out of the window, they wouldn't have been able to get rid of it. So the only thing I can think of is that killer must have hid it somewhere. If that's the case, Focus and think. The object the killer used to escape out the window. Oh no. No, no, no. Oh shoot, I don't know what word they want. Bamboo sword. And where are my O's? Ah, there we go. Yes.
Got it!
Heko, you carry that bamboo sword on your back at all times, right? If I recall correctly, you had it then too. Despite the fact that you had a swimsuit on, you were still wearing your bamboo sword.
Are you saying she used that bamboo sword to escape through the window?
Yeah. Heko used that bamboo sword as a step stool and escaped out the window.
Sword as a step stool? You see? I knew it! I knew it was a ninja! Didn't I tell ya? A ninja could have climbed that easily.
A ninja did it!
Ninjas know a climbing trick where they lean their sword against a wall and use the handguard as a step stool.
Wow! Just like a Japanese ninja!
Miss Sonia, ninjas only exist in Japan.
Well, it is a bamboo sword, but I'm sure a slender girl like Peko could easily use it to climb.
Well, Heko, do you have anything to say?
Now then, the time has come once again for the Panic Talk action. Let's talk a little bit about Fever Time and Nega Time. Oh good, we're bringing in Nega Time. From this point on, you'll be able to use Fever Time by pressing the R button. Fever Time is activated, the tempo will be pushed to its max. That's not all you won't miss during Fever Time. Using X, when applicable, you can destroy your opponent's verbal assault. But only until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, you're the only one who can get the upper hand. There's something called Negatime that your opponent can use too. If your opponent activates Negatime, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit difficult to press the buttons in rhythm. Please time the rhythm not to your eyes, but with your ears and your passionate heart. If you can't clear it, you can always change the difficulty setting. I'm gonna tell them that I'm not gonna tell them that they'll have to redo the class trial for that chapter if they do that. Well then, good luck, have fun.
Hold on a sec, you bastard! You're saying she used her sword as a step stool and went out the fucking window? Then what about the sword? It would have been left in the shower room and she wouldn't have been able to recover it, dumbass!
Fuyuhiko, why do you even care?
Shut up! Just shut the fuck up! If she used the bamboo sword as a step stool, it would have been left behind!
Why are you... Yeah, I do kind of don't know what's up with him.
Got proof, you bastard? That's obviously impossible! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me! Got proof, you bastard? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me! Got proof, you bastard? That's obviously impossible! Bastard! Got proof, you bastard? I'll sell your fucking organs! You're pissing me off! You're pissing me off! Bastard! If she used the bamboo sword as a step stool, it would have been left behind!
Bamboo sword bag.
This is the end!
I forgot about the last part. I was like, what does this do now? Oh right, I need to make the words happen.
If she used her bamboo sword as a step stool, she could have recovered it with her sword back. When she leaned her sword against the wall to use as a step stool, she tied her sword back to it.
Yeah, that one made way more sense.
And after she climbed up to the window, as long as she hauled the bag up toward her, she would have been able to recover her bamboo sword.
I see. Not just the bamboo sword, but even the sword bag, too. She used them both to escape. Akane said she's like a ninja, but it's nothing as silly as that. Simply put, only Peko could have performed this feat. An escape plan befitting of the ultimate swordswoman. Even so, how disappointing. If you'd only let me work with you, it would have been an even greater plan. No, you just back off!
Is it true? You killed
Hold on! You're just making assumptions! You don't have any proof. I won't accept this unless there's proof, got it, you bastard?
But why?
It's fine.
Why are you so adamant about Peko?
Huh?
I said it's fine. Saying anything more would just be an exercise in futility.
She admitted it just now, right? She admitted she's Maru's killer. But is this right? Even though Fuyuhiko was the one arguing with us, Peko just admitted it so freely.
Among flowers, the cherry blossom. Among men, the samurai. I commend your decisiveness, at least. Very well. If you admit it, this ends now. Let's cast our votes.
Agreed. Hurry up and vote.
Hold on. Let me confirm one thing first.
Can it wait until after the voting?
No.
This is important, and it relates to the voting. It's about Peko's motive.
My motive?
Yeah.
In the end, you had no connection to the events depicted in Twilight Syndrome murder case, right? Then, why did you kill Mahiru?
So it's about that. Let's see. If I must answer that question.
Oh yeah, this is not a game that just, like, lets you have loose ends in that regard.
I must say, It was for the sake of justice.
Really?
Justice?
In order to protect the justice of this world.
Huh?
I do not sully my hands to satisfy personal grudges. There is only one reason I kill.
See, I figured the sparkling justice thing was just a decoy, because she was around when, Sonia was talking about it.
For the sake of protecting justice.
What are you saying?
Justice is what makes humans human. It's a virtue that human beings should be proud of. Justice is the eternal sun, and the enduring moon, the protective father, and the smiling mother.
Hello! Earth to Pecco!
He says it's still not a decoy.
If justice
That's true.
ever disappeared from this world,
Could still be.
the world would immediately freeze, and people's smiles would vanish. I will not allow that.
It's fine. Just stop it.
Justice must always be there to guide us, to shine bright above our heads.
I'm telling you to stop it.
So I must fight. I must continue to fight to protect justice.
Could she be?
Sonia's just like, please, please, please.
As the light of justice shines upon my mask, I expose the hearts of malevolent evil. Justice complete! The center of justice that is pierced by justice. The lead star of justice that shines in the night sky. That would be me. Sparkling justice! Now then, let's execute justice!
What? What the fuck?
Pecco, what are you doing?
I am sparkling justice. In the name of sparkling, shining justice, I have come to deliver justice.
What's going on? What's this? Shoe!
Pecco finally snapped!
Everyone, please be careful.
Sparkling Justice is a serial killer who claims to be an ally of justice. Clad in her various hero masks, she is a serial killer who exclusively targets other criminals. She is supposed to be... But... Huh?
Ally of justice?
So that's why you're wearing a mask.
Hey, Featherweight.
This mask is the dividing line. Just like various idols, the sun is revered because it lies just beyond your grasp. Justice should also be the same.
I don't get it, but this is becoming really crazy.
What are those emojis? They're, you can do them with the Japanese keyboard. I do them all the time on my phone. What? What the heck is this? Pecco is the killer? Why is it turning out like this?
This is turning out to be a surprising turn of events. Hey! Now's not the time for you to be sleeping. Take a look. It's a killer.
This again?
Okay, it's just like, so last game.
Huh? Sleepwalking?
So what's your answer to my previous question? Why did you kill Mahiru?
This world must always be bathed in the light of justice. I must not allow even one shadow. Evil must be eliminated immediately. No matter what, I must not overlook evil.
Evil? Are you saying Mahiru is...
If you knew about that incident, then you must have played the game. Am I right?
And because of that, I was able to find the killer's accomplice hiding on this island like a sewer rat.
Then, the reason you killed Mahiru was...
To protect justice, of course.
But why use the baseball bat?
In order to protect justice, I have become its merciless sword and executed justice.
I mean, other than to be like, I did it like in the game, but...
Holy crap! She's such a stereotypical psychopath!
Peko, is this your true identity?
My true identity? I have already forgotten who I am. It just shows my determination. My determination to protect by throwing away what's most important. I'm willing to become anybody to shower this world with justice.
Oh, I can't stand this anymore! Let's just end this farce already!
Nope, there's something else weird. End it? He's right. We need to end this already. The killer, in the end, there's no mistake that it was Peko all along.
Let's go over this incident one more time and then let's end this.
Oh, we're gonna go to closing argument. Okay. On the morning of the incident, after that... It's not that one.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
Cool.
The incident began this morning when Mahiru spoke to Hyoko. Mahiru most likely played Twilight Syndrome Murder Case, the video game provided to us as the motive. She probably wanted to discuss it with someone else who also appeared in the game as a character. Hiyoko accepted Mahiru's invitation, and they promised to have a more detailed conversation about it later. However, someone else overheard their exchange. The killer. The killer eavesdropped on their conversation and used their promise to devise a specific murder plan. By preparing a specific item, they planned to manipulate the two's actions. That item was the letters. They sent fake letters to both Mahiru and Hiyoko. The letter Mahiru received told her to come to the beach house at 2:30 p.m. And the letter Hiyoko received told her to come to the beach house at exactly 2 p.m.
Yeah, her motive...
By providing different times,
It's not right.
the killer was able to lure them to the beach house separately. Hiyoko totally trusted that letter, showed up at the beach house at 2 p.m., just like it said, and was drugged into unconsciousness by the killer lying in wait. After putting Hiyoko to sleep, the killer immediately hid her inside the closet, so they could frame her as the killer later.
Well, because Yakuza Boy also had the folder with the pictures, as did Mahiru. And it seems like Yakuza Boy actually had the pictures first. So the fact that they're like, oh, well, she knew what was going on, the killer overheard, and I'm like, there's something else.
At 2:30 p.m., Mahiru arrived at the beach house. She was completely unaware that she'd been targeted for murder. Approaching her from behind, the killer struck the defenseless Mahiru with a specific weapon, the metal bat that was left at the scene of the crime. The bat was brought down onto the back of Mahiru's head, and with that, she took her last breath. According to Mikan's autopsy, Mahiru died instantly, so she probably never knew who killed her. With that, the killer achieved their goal of killing Mahiru and began to tamper with the crime scene.
It's true, we're not actually sure if he finished the video game first. We don't know who got that prize ultimately. I'm sure they'll tell us.
They dragged Mahiru's body so that it blocked the door leading to the road. Also, the mask found at the scene of the crime was something the killer personally left. I'm not really sure why. My guess is it's something similar to a calling card. That's how the crime scene we discovered was created.
But Pico was in the library when Sonia was geeking out about this character as well, so it's like...
However, by moving Mahiru's body, the killer got blood splatter on him. Plus, the shower room had no water because it was out of order, so they couldn't wash it off. But the killer expected something like that to happen. Instead of the shower, the killer used something else to wash the blood off their body. They used plastic water bottles that were inside the beach house refrigerator. We can assume they carried the bottles to the shower room before the sequence of events had happened. In place of showering, they washed the blood off their body with water bottles instead. However, they had no choice but to dispose of the empty bottles in the beach house's trash can. Littering is against the rules, and it would have taken too much time to throw them away somewhere else. After the killer washed off the blood, they hid in a specific spot inside the closet Hiyoko was in. The killer hid inside the surfboard case that they had already emptied beforehand.
I mean, the shower would have had a drain.
The sleeping drug used on Hiyoko wore off, and she woke up. I can imagine how badly Hiyoko must have panicked when she came out of the closet. I mean, she made plans to see Mahiru, who lay dead right in front of her. From the shock and panic of being considered a murder suspect, Hiyoko fled from the beach house. Because of that, she left footprints in the sand. Everything was a trap set by the killer to frame her. After Hiyoko left, the killer finally came out of the surfboard case and placed a gummy that they brought with them to shift our suspicion toward Hiyoko. Ironically, placing that gummy is what helped clear our suspicion toward Hyoko. Finally, the killer began preparing to escape from the beach house. They couldn't risk leaving their footprints in the sand, so they escaped the beach house using a different route, the small window in the shallow room. However, that window is rather high up and can't be reached easily, which is why the killer used the bamboo sword they always carry with them. The killer took the bamboo sword out of its bag, tied the bag to the sword's handle, and used the sword as a step stool to reach the small window while holding the sword bag in their hand.
Hi, Brenda.
As long as they're able to reach the window, all they had to do was pull the bag to retrieve the sword. And so the killer left the beach house and appeared before us as if nothing had happened. But their wet hair and swimsuit didn't dry right away. There also weren't any towels at the beach house. So when the killer met up with us, they said they had been swimming for a while as an excuse. So how about it? This is the truth behind the incident you caused. Isn't that right, Peko Pekoyama?
I see. And what of it? She's like totally cool with it. I haven't done anything to be ashamed of.
What are you saying? You killed Mahiru!
Wrong! I punished evil in the name of justice.
Uh-huh.
That's no reason to condemn you.
I mean, the rules of the game state that we can, but okay.
Whatever. Let's hurry up and vote so we can freaking kill this weird, crazy bitch.
There's no way you can kill me. Justice can never be killed. You should all know that as well.
Okay.
What are you saying?
To protect what's most important to you, you must be prepared to throw away something equally important. Understand?
I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Then I shall be direct. Justice must carry on in order to keep justice. To keep me alive, you all must give up your lives.
Are you serious?
It's not serious. It's justice. If I fall here, who will combat the evils of this world? Now, follow your hearts of justice that reside within you all, and save my life to protect justice. Hurry and carry on justice.
Give me a break! Who's gonna die for you?
If we let Peko go, we're all gonna get killed! For the sake of grand justice, a few sacrifices are unavoidable.
A few sacrifices?
Don't worry. The justice that you give your life to protect will never go to waste.
I can't stand her anymore. Let's vote already and execute her.
However, before we do that...
Monokuma, the vote! Hurry up and let us vote already!
I'm awake!
Ah, he finally woke up.
I've heard your story. Well, I wasn't listening, but who cares? Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Such heart-pounding excitement!
Pardon me, can we please have a little more time?
Oh, thank you. Hey, Kavina. Thanks for the
Pardon
cheer.
me. Can we have a little bit more time? Please let us continue our discussion.
Continue our discussion? But isn't the voting over?
Yes, but I cannot help but feel strange. Something about this is definitely strange.
Huh?
Strange? What do you mean? There's no doubt that Peko is the killer.
Yes. But a fangirl knows
That
when
is
people are not
true. However,
doing the things that they're fanning about.
As a serial killer enthusiast, You're wondering if Petco is really sparkling justice, am I right?
Hey, this Sonia isn't a serial killer enthusiast. She just has a little more passion about them than most.
That's called an enthusiast.
That makes her an enthusiast.
Thank you.
Honestly, it felt strange to me too. I mean, there's a distinct difference between what we know about sparkling justice and Petco, right?
Distinct difference?
You know, Sonia describes sparkling justice like this.
Justice complete. The center of justice that is pierced by justice. The lead star of justice that shines in the night sky. That would be me. Sparkling justice!
What the heck was that? That is Sparkling Justice's catchphrase. An unknown serial killer has a catchphrase? I read it in a magazine in the library. There's only ever been one person, a journalist, who's interviewed Sparkling Justice. The article was written in their native language, so I tried translating it. I see, so that's what it was. I think I got the difference between the serial killer.
I see! That's right. According to what Sonia said,
The article was written in their native language, so I tried to translate it.
if she had to translate it, that means it wasn't written in English, right?
Huh? Yes, the magazine I read was written in Spanish. So, Sparkling Justice's catchphrase was no doubt written in Spanish as well. Which means the journalist and Sparkling Justice are both...
From Spain?
What?
All this time, I completely misunderstood. When I first heard about those serial killers, Genocide Jack and Sparkling Justice, I just assumed both serial killers were from the same country. But that wasn't the case. If so...
Pecco, you're not Sparkling Justice. There's no way that's possible.
Or, you insist that you're Sparkling Justice. Can you try saying that catchphrase in Spanish?
Would you be able to do that?
It appears that the time has come for this mask to come off. However, that's perfectly fine. It's no longer necessary. And even if you find out now, it's too late for you all to do anything about it. My duty has already been finished. My duty as a tool has already been completed in full.
Uh-huh. Looks like she's back to normal?
That mask has fulfilled its purpose, just as I have.
What do you mean? Fulfilled its purpose? Too late? What are you getting at?
Now that you've already cast your votes, is what it means.
Huh?
Hey, be clearer! We're asking you what your purpose was!
I have no purpose. I am just a mere tool.
Tool? What do you mean?
She called herself a tool, which means someone else used her then?
Is she the traitor?
Of course. A tool cannot do anything on its own.
I see. Finally understand. Well, I did have a sneaking suspicion all along.
What do you mean?
I mean, besides Pecco and Kyoko, someone else was also at the beach house.
Someone else?
There is proof that establishes that fact. Try to remember it.
I see! Are you talking about the body discovery announcement?
Yep, that's right. I mean, didn't Monokuma say so earlier?
So what about this time? Is it 3 people, including the killer, or not? Geez, fine. If you want me to say it, doesn't include the killer this time, okay? All of them.
That announcement is made when at least 3 people discover a body. And in this particular case, the killer, Pecco, is not one of those 3. If that's the case, it would mean only Hiyoko and Kazuichi discovered the body, but...
I see. That leaves us one person short.
So that means there was one more person in the beach house.
Plus, the fact that Monokuma tried to hide that truth from us by being flexible with his own rules. That's such a vital clue that it could alter the outcome of the trial. Like an accomplice, for example.
No, that's not it.
Huh? Am I wrong?
Yes, from your basic way of thinking about it, you are wrong. Didn't I tell you? I'm just a tool. That means I'm just a simple tool to be used by that person.
Therefore, that person would have the strongest motive out of anybody else here, right?
You're the only one! Is it Fuyuhiko?
I see. Now I finally see the connection. The connection between the motive and the incident.
But even if it's the motive, it's just a game, right? There's no reason to believe it's even true. Would you call a game like that a strong motive?
No, the events that occurred in the game should have definitely occurred in real life. There's overwhelming proof of that, too.
I can prove it with this! I didn't think it was necessary to confirm it if it didn't have anything to do with Mahiru's murder, but... there's no doubt that game is based on actual events. That much is clear if you saw the ending prize. Photos awarded for beating the game are not actual in-game screenshots. They're all actual photos, with the surrounding scenery cropped out. You knew all along, Fuyuhiko, didn't you? You knew whether or not the first victim in the game was actually your little sister, right?
Yeah, he'd be able to recognize her at least.
Because whoever beat the game first received the ending prize.
Hey, what's that envelope? What makes you think you have any right to question me?
It was the envelope, right? The person who received the ending prize. It was you, wasn't it?
If you were shown a photograph of your sister's dead body, you'd have no choice but to believe it. Even so, you wanted to deny the truth. That's why you sent those photos to Mahiru to confirm it.
Hey! Why are we talking about Fuyuhiko? Who cares? Because Peko is the killer, right? But
That's why I told you. You're all too late. As I said before, I exist as nothing more than a tool. I had no motive for killing Mahiru. No reason to kill. Not even the will to kill. I was simply used as a tool. As long as I am a tool, I cannot defy my orders.
Hey! What's going on? Can anyone give me a simpler explanation?
It means I'm not the killer. The true killer, who used me as their weapon to kill Mahiru Koizumi, was Fuyuhiko Kuzuryu.
What?
What the hell?
I see. That's what you were aiming for all along.
No, I have no aim. But my young master does. My young master planned this from the start.
A young master?
That is the truth of this case. I'm sure you realize it by now, but it's too late. You cannot undo the vote.
That's a problem. If Peko's allegation holds up, that means our vote was incorrect.
In that case, the person who gets to live is...
Just... me?
that's nuts! No matter how you look at it, that's completely insane!
How would Peko be a tool in the first place? Peko is a legitimate human being!
That's not for you to decide. It's for Monokuma. The votes have been cast. All we can do now is wait and see what Monokuma decides.
What the hell?
Huh. Neat twist.
on what a bind it is. I guess for now, let's take a quick recess. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Okay. Although there were some twists and turns along the way, the one who killed Maharu Koizumi is... Hold on a sec. Okay, I'll wait. So sorry, I'm just hesitating.
Hey!
There's no need to hesitate, no matter how you look at it. Pecco's the killer. Why?
Hey!
Why? Well, it's obvious. You're not a tool. You're a human being.
Well,
If I'm a human, then I'm not a tool. It's that... If that's what you're saying, you're wrong.
you just don't
Because
know.
you just don't know. You just don't know that there are people who only exist to be tools. People such as myself only exist to be tools?
Hey,
What does she mean? Pecco and I grew up together. You two childhood friends then?
No.
No, it's completely different than that. Right after I was born and abandoned by my parents, the Kuzuryu clan took me in.
I am nothing but a tool.
They gave me a reason to exist. I am to fulfill my duty as my young master's property.
What?
Property, you say? It means she's a hitman arranged by my clan to work directly under me.
If my young master is attacked, I must defend him as his shield. If he intends to kill, I must be his sword.
Oh, they're so cute in the baby photo.
That is my only reason for living. Before I am human, I am my young master's tool, first and foremost. Until this body of mine can no longer move, I shall fulfill my duty until the very end. That is...
But that is... You're wrong. You're not a tool, Pecco. Because if you were a tool, then what was all that time we spent together?
nothing.
I was ordered by my young master to behave, just as I was ordered to interact with all of you. What? Our professional relationship doesn't exist on this island. We're just fellow high school students now. Right after we arrived on this island, that is what my young master ordered me to do.
You fiend.
That is why you were hiding your relationship, you mean?
No.
It's not as if that started the moment we arrived on this island. Before that, my young master has always told me to hide our relationship. My young master loathes relying on his household's power. He even hates me, the tool given to him by his household.
I am nothing but a tool.
He liked you. You were his friend. Probably. No matter what I am told, I am nothing but a tool for killing. When my young master intends to kill, it is only natural for me to act as his tool. And the one who tried to kill Maharu wasn't you, it was Fuyuhiku?
Damn it.
It is what it is. When I thought I beat that game, I was suddenly given these photographs.
Damn it!
Don't understand. Why is my sister in these photos?
Don't fuck with me!
She's covered in blood. What does it mean? Why can't I remember? How come I don't even know if my sister is dead?
You...
I tried to confirm it with Maharu, and that's why you wanted to talk to her.
So,
Yeah, I sent her the photo because I wanted to make sure she'd respond. But she never replied back to me. Not only that, she started avoiding me too.
But...
Pretty sure Maharu was confused too. I mean, we all were. Before anyone played the game, we didn't even know this incident had happened. That's why, even if we were told that we're connected to it, there's no way we could accept it. No, when Maharu spoke to Ibuki, she mentioned something about this. Sorry, I actually have plans to go to the beach with everyone.
Oh my!
Wait, huh? You're not gonna go, Maharu? If you want to talk about it there, it'd totally be fine. It's pretty important, so you know, it'd be troubling to involve the others.
Huh?
You sound pretty serious. Serious or not, I can't really do anything about it on my own, so I wanted everyone to think about it with me.
But...
If I need to make amends, I would, but I don't even know how.
Are you serious?
It definitely sounds serious. I can cancel my beach plans for you. No, it's fine. It's important that everyone gets along anyway. Just tell them I'm not feeling well. Plus, it doesn't have to be today. It's always tomorrow.
Oh.
She wanted to discuss how to make amends, but Hiyoko was the only one who accepted her invitation. I should have gone too.
But...
It was rather convenient for you, wasn't it, Fuyuhiko? If you could make use of their plan to meet each other alone, you could easily lure Maharu into a trap.
Hey.
By calling both of them to the beach house, you were able to pin the blame on Hiyoko.
What the?
What the heck? An eye for an eye. That's the world I live in. My little sister was murdered. If the reason that happened was because of some person here,
Damn it!
I've no choice but to kill that person on my sister's behalf, right?
And so,
A young master thought of a plan and executed it. I wanted to use a bat as the murder weapon because in the game that's what was used to kill Girl E. For revenge, clubbing the person to death the same way my sister was killed just seemed to make sense. Even if it ruined my disguise, it was the only thing I could do to avenge my sister.
that is...
Is this why you killed Maharu with a bat?
Yeah.
Still, I believed her up till the very last minute that the game was just a work of fiction. But even so,
Hey,
if that game is actually real, are you the one who killed Girl E?
Right, you?
I don't want to hear about that.
but
The fact that your sister was killed is terrible. It's unfortunate, but
why?
you shouldn't have killed that girl.
Shut the hell up!
Just answer me. What do you know about that game?
What are you
You
saying?
had no right to do that. Nobody has the right to judge others for their crimes. Revenge is just wrong. Want me to be honest? This whole time, I was acting like a coward. Even after I called over Maharu, I was still trying to find an excuse to not go through with the plan. But after she said that to me, that all went out the window. I got really pissed off and grabbed the metal bat that I hid under the bench. But at that moment, young master called for me and made me kill Maharu. Huh?
Young master, I am finished.
What?
Are you saying that you killed because you were ordered to? A tool is not defined by its will, but by its actions. You don't get this at all.
Of course!
Well, of course you don't understand, because humans are completely different from one another. Everyone's birthplace and upbringing is different. It's obviously impossible for them to understand each other. So everyone just pretends to understand, and pretends to be understood.
Be quiet.
Hey, you're too annoying. Can you just be quiet?
Yes, indeed!
I'll be quiet. Afterwards, just as my young master planned, I proceeded to tamper with the scene of the crime. However, I also considered the possibility of being found out. So in order to get you guys to make the wrong choice, I decided to make use of that serial killer story.
It cannot be.
You insisted that you were sparkling justice in order to make us hasten our votes? So we fell for it. We fell for a trick all along. That's right, you guys made the wrong decision. You voted me, a mere tool, as the killer, unaware that my young master was the true killer.
That's obviously wrong.
Hold on, don't act like our loss has been decided yet.
No.
No, it should be decided already. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
This is troubling!
I'll admit, all this talk about Peiko being a tool sounds pretty persuasive. When you approach it from various angles, it makes sense that Fuyuhiko is actually the true killer. I'm telling you to hold on.
I see.
I see. So for Peiko, Fuyuhiko himself is your true hope then. On his behalf, you killed Maharu, and now you're trying to sacrifice us so that you can protect him.
Great.
You would only go that far because he's your own one and only hope.
Wrong.
Wrong. I have no hope. I am just a tool. Well, even if we ask her, she'll probably just play dumb anyway.
Now then.
I'm gonna ask someone else. Hey, Fuyuhiko, what do you think?
Huh?
About what?
Hey.
Is Peiko just a tool to you? Using that tool, surviving by sacrificing Peiko and the rest of us? Is that your hope?
What?
Hold on.
What's the use of asking something like that?
What?
You seem distressed. A mere tool doesn't panic like that, right?
Jeez.
Peiko, be honest. Are you trying to protect Fuyuhiko of your own free will?
Hey,
Can you tell me the truth? The fact that she killed on your behalf, the fact that she lied to us by acting like the killer. Are those all things you ordered her to do? Is that the truth? Fuyuhiko,
Yeah.
I know you hate her guts, but if you listen to Peiko, we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Young master, you just have to tell the truth. I was only following your orders, you just have to tell them that. Fuyuhiko, you mentioned this before, but... Is this the kind of situation interacting with others will just shorten your lifespan? Those idiots. Bacula and Terratira are proof of that. Plus, it'd be frustrating to be held back by affection when it's my time to kill. You're still saying that? Of course, I'll sacrifice the lives of everyone here if it guarantees my survival. You don't really feel that way, right? You're not that kind of person. Because if you were, you wouldn't be hesitating like you are now, right? There's no need to hesitate, young master. Please just tell them the truth. Young master, you were the one who ordered me. I just did as I was told because I am a tool. Fuyuhiko, this could be considered your ultimate choice. Regardless, either way, you'll still lose Peko, but...
Hey.
If you insist you're the killer, just as she said, you can sacrifice and survive alone. Or would you rather reject Peko and fight alongside us against despair? Which one will be your hope? Let's hear what you have to say.
Damn it!
Young master, I am finished.
You? What the hell did you do? You already know, right? What's going to happen after you kill someone?
I did it because I know. There is no way I can let that happen to you.
Yeah. Hey, Peko. Do you remember what I told you when we first arrived on this island? Our professional relationship doesn't exist on this island. We're just fellow high school students now. You need to run. Got it? Just let me take the fall so you can get away.
Young master, that is impossible.
Shut up! I'm ordering you not to worry about me!
There is no way I cannot worry about you. I am my young master's tool. A tool to protect my young master. Without an owner, the tool serves no purpose.
God damn it, we are done with that crap! Why won't you listen to what I'm saying?
Regardless, I will not flee. Besides, I'm fairly certain they'll discover the truth soon enough.
Then why did you...
I have a plan.
Huh? A plan?
Please do not worry. I promise I will keep my young master alive and return him safely home.
You idiot. What do you intend to do?
I intend to fulfill my duty as your tool. Now please, go! Hiyoko will be waking up soon, after you leave. I must block the door to the road with Mahiru's body. Hurry!
Damn it. You better run away. Got it? Just forget about me! Forget about the Kuzuryu clan! You better escape!
So how about it, Fuyuhiko? Please, tell me the truth.
Sorry.
Sorry, Peko. I guess I couldn't go through with it after all.
Young master!
I'm a disgrace.
Because if that's actually what I have to do to survive, I'd just feel ashamed of myself. It'd mean I can't live without depending on something. I just feel disgusted with myself.
Peko.
And if I admit that, it means you really are just a tool to me. How many times did I tell you? I don't want a tool given to me by the Kuzuryu clan.
Young master!
Oh my, so this is how it turned out.
Too bad.
And here I thought it'd be more brutal and heartless. How disappointing. Which means everything happened thanks to her meddlesome actions. There's no way a human that meddlesome could ever be considered a tool.
Hey.
Monokuma, you knew all along, didn't you? You knew about what Peko and Fuyuhiko discussed.
Jeez.
Well, it's obvious now. I mean, that's why you have surveillance cameras. You were just having fun, huh? Even if it was an act of desperation, Peko's claim was surprisingly interesting. You're actually the first to try to influence the outcome of the trial like that. But too bad. You're definitely the killer. Peko, the tool with a heart, is the killer.
Sorry.
Sorry I couldn't fulfill your request, even though you did all that to provide me the chance to survive. But I had a feeling it would turn out like this.
Huh?
Young master!
You have a kind heart despite being a Yakuza. That's why you question your position and constantly worry about it. For you to sacrifice someone else just to escape by yourself. I believed you wouldn't accept that so easily. We've been together since we were children. Even a tool would understand that.
What?
Then why?
Even so,
I wanted you to escape. I wanted to protect you.
Peko.
I'm terribly sorry.
I will not be able to serve by your side until the very end, young master.
Bye.
I'm sorry for what I've done to you all, too. It may be a selfish request, but please forgive my young master.
And please, do not cause a senseless killing such as this ever again.
Of course. That will do, Monokuma. Why don't you start it
I
already?
will never feel despair.
Just so you know, I will never feel despair. As long as I am a tool, I am fully prepared to die.
So cool!
But will you be able to maintain that composure until the very end? People who act as proud as you always shed tears of despair in the end. Now then, let's begin.
Young Master Fuyuhiko.
Please permit me to make one final selfish request.
So,
Didn't I tell you not to call me young master?
I want you to remember.
Tool Peko Peko Yama, who used to stand beside you. I would like it if you remembered that. That's it. How many times do you have to keep? I don't need any tools. You did say that. Hello, let's begin. The punishment time brimming with despair.
jeez.
Why don't you get it yet?
Thrills, chills, kills!
Why?
You stayed by my side all this time. Why don't you get it?
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment!
I
Never needed a sword or a shield. No, he's gonna say
never
it.
needed.
He's gonna say he needed a
tool.
friend.
So, you didn't need to become a tool.
Let's give it everything we've got!
You just needed to be yourself. I never wanted a tool.
Aw.
I just wanted you. Only you.
Young Master?
Why? Why couldn't you understand? We've always been together ever since we were kids.
Let's go! It's punishment time!
Shut up, Monokuma.
Please, Peko. Don't go. I need you.
Oh.
Don't leave me.
Young Master? Young Master! That is impossible!
Wait, really? People dying so easily, falling like dominoes. What is this? This can't be. This is a lie, right?
Such a waste.
For heaven's sake, this is just a word. Jeez, what a waste. This conclusion, what a waste. This is why she should have just discussed it with me.
Damn it.
It was supposed to be a clash between two hopes, but it was crushed into something so unpalatable.
Oh,
Are you still talking about that? What's wrong with you? Aren't you pissed that 2 of your friends got killed?
Such despair.
I am, and I even feel sad and hopeless. But still,
Isn't that right?
it's going to be alright. This despair is worthless. No. You go away. This despair is just a ladder to a bright, shining future that awaits us. The higher the ladder, the brighter we shine. That is the unmistakable truth. Calling me a ladder, huh? You say some pretty interesting things. In a way, your misguided thoughts of what hope should be remind me of him. I don't really understand what you're saying.
listen carefully.
Anyway, I shall make a declaration. We will definitely destroy you. The hopes of all the ultimates here will definitely, completely, utterly destroy you. There won't even be a strand of cotton left when we're done with you. That's your future. How much longer are you planning to say such stupid things? Don't you understand? Even Fuhiko died. Which I was really not expecting. What the heck, game? Not yet. He's still alive.
What?
Everyone!
Fuhiko's still
You
alive?
serious?
Frantically, we rushed over to Fuhiko's side. God, man.
He's still breathing.
Is he gonna be okay?
Do something! Hey! You need to save him!
I'm trying! But his blood, he won't stop bleeding out! His pulse is getting weaker!
Can't you do anything about it? God damn it!
Don't toy with my heart like this game. Serves him right.
You're so
Doesn't hope
stupid.
the thought of saving her yourself. That's why you ended up like that.
You stupid brother!
What are you so laid back about? You need to hurry up and save him.
I don't.
A surprise order?
What the heck?
Why do I have to burn my precious calories just to save some Yakuza?
That's wrong!
It's your duty to save him.
Huh?
Duty?
Hey, hey!
Because it's written in the school trip rules. To block and explode during the class trial, they alone will be executed. Ah. If only the Blackened gets executed, then Fuhiko shouldn't be allowed to be executed. Well, if I could, I would do something about it right now, but since my magic stick was taken away, I'm practically powerless.
Hey, hey!
You should be able to do it.
Unbelievable.
Guess I have no choice.
Fine.
Well, there's no way I can violate a rule, even if it's me.
So,
Fine then, I'll save him. You better fucking save him. Really?
like,
I was actually gonna do that all along, so I've already prepared for this. Prepared? And that's when it happened. A siren began ringing from out of nowhere, and gradually grew closer and closer.
An ambulance?
just leave the rest to me, Dr. Killgood.
Oh yeah, I feel totally good about that.
Dr. Killgood, you've already killed your patients.
We gotta get this patient to the Monokuma Hospital ER and get him under 24-hour observation stat. So, I'll see you later.
After he said that, the ambulance containing Monokuma and Fuyuhiko vanished from our sight. Is it really gonna be okay to leave this to Monokuma?
Damn it.
Can't be helped. It's not like we have any other way.
Perhaps.
He's gonna be fine. He'll probably gonna get better and come back to us again. You're right. He's definitely gonna come back and talk a lot of smack as if nothing happened. Cool. I'm glad you've been enjoying it, Hail the RNG. Definitely start with game 1. Also, there's a third game after this. All we can do is wait. Why do we have to wait for him? I mean, he caused Maharu's death, you know.
However,
We must put that aside since Peiko has already been punished, or else we will not be able to advance forward.
Fall, my
There are no
tears.
second chances in life. We cannot return to what has already transpired. Right, and an anime that I think you're supposed to watch before Game 3. There is no other way than to move forward, like an arrow of light piercing through the darkness.
Damn it!
I guess. Things aren't as exciting if shitster like him ain't around. Didn't realize it, but I was wishing for that too. From the bottom of my heart, I really wanted him to return. Fuyuhiko. I don't want anyone else to be sacrificed. And so, the class trial ended. But we still can't see the real ending that we really want yet. When that finally arrives, what will happen to us by then? No matter where I look, no matter what possibilities I look for, can't see our future, not even a speck. As if we were in a boat, floating unreliably in a vast dark sea. We were just left there, alone. Only one word could explain our situation. Despair. We couldn't find a more suitable word than that. can't help thinking that that's supposed to be like a bomb or something, but I actually wonder if it's part of a bet. Like if we can do something within that time limit, somehow Monokuma loses.
You guys can see it, right? You can see this countdown too? Poor people are already gone. We took our time preparing the hope fragments, but now we're no longer able to gather them. Honestly, I'm not so sure anymore. Whether it's better if we let them leave this island, or if we shouldn't let them escape. For those kids, which option is hope and which is despair? But I guess there's no time to hesitate. If this countdown reaches 0, that guy will probably take over our plan's final stage as well. What lies beyond that is the foul resurrection of the ultimate despair. And the continuation of the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
I was wondering when we were gonna get that again.
That cannot be allowed. We must prevent that by any means necessary. Even if we have to pay the ultimate price, I will definitely prevent it by any means. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope.
Danganronpa.
Black Dragon Blade. Okay, that was an intense chapter. Glad we're done for today. I think I need to go process a lot of things in my brain. Because, wow. Ugh. Is definitely a real good chapter. I still think... So... I feel like Usami and Monokuma have like a... I feel like there's separate people controlling them, perhaps. And there's like essentially a bet going on. And Usami is trying to get like the ultimate hope going, or whatever. Or at least a hopeful future that will prevent any more of like the world-ending thing that happened. And whoever's controlling Monokuma is trying to resurrect the ultimate despair, because the ultimate despair in the first game doesn't exist anymore. Maybe trying to make a new one. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. This has been the end of Chapter 2. Tomorrow we'll do Chapter 3. We'll start on that. We're only running a couple of hours tomorrow, so reminder, it's Friday, so we actually start at 9 a.m. Pacific time, which is an hour before when this stream started today. We'll go till 11. And then, yeah, on Saturday as well, we're going to attempt another 8 a.m. stream. That will not be this game because that's only an hour. We'll be back to this game again on Sunday. So thank you for hanging out. Thank you very much for cheering, subscribing, following, chatting. I saw some great chat going on with in regards to what people thought was going on in the story, which was awesome. It's also why I don't watch the chat so much during certain points of the game. But I still think it's great that people are discussing what they think is going on, especially people who haven't played. So I'm going to go now. Thank you for hanging out. You all take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.